Yo everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be sharing with you my top 10, 11 The Ordinary products. So The Ordinary is a very affordable skincare range which is available worldwide, but it's definitely gained popularity probably in the last 2 years, especially because of the fact that their skincare is so affordable, all completely stripped down to its most nakedest form in glass bottles, very simple packaging, and therefore the prices they're not passed on to the consumer, making skincare so much more affordable. Back in the day, skincare always used to be so expensive, not for your everyday kind of person, whereas the brand The Ordinary, owned by DCM, has literally changed the skincare market. So I actually wanted to share with you my top 10 favorites. I've actually counted them and there are 11, so forgive me. I'm just going to title it 10 just because it's easier for search purposes. I've been using The Ordinary probably for about 2 years now, and I've tried a lot of their products. And I've got other products as well, but these are definitely my kind of standout ones that I use on an almost a daily basis or a weekly basis, depending on what kind of product it is. So I'm going to share with you what I love and why I love them and why I believe them to be so good. For those of you that have followed me for a long time, you'll remember back when I first got this Canon camera that I use, which is the Canon 80D. It's very HD, and previously I've been using my Sony a5-100, which is my vlogging camera. When you guys see me using that camera, you always comment on how amazing my skin looks, because that camera actually makes my skin look abnormally smooth, and it's a complete lie, it's a complete falsity. I've never lied about that with you guys, but this camera completely humbled me, and that's when I created that video called I Hate My Skin. Since that video, my skin has improved tenfold. I've shown you and shared with you my micro needling, my derma rolling that I do, as well as the products that I use as well. My skin has changed dramatically. You know, the texture of my skin, the scarring I have from acne scars as a teenager, the hyperpigmentation that I've got, etc. And that is all down to me using all of these products as well as my derma rolling. So let's get started. The first product is the Hyaluronic Acid 2% plus B5. I have raved about this in so many videos, and if you saw my everyday skincare routine, you saw that I use this as part of my morning skincare routine. After cleansing and toning, I then use the hyaluronic acid. Now, the whole purpose of this acid, and please don't be scared of the word acid. When people hear acid, they're just like, which is fair enough. This doesn't burn the skin, this doesn't irritate the skin. I even use it over my eyes. It is that gentle and easy to use. Now, what hyaluronic acid actually is a serum which basically delivers up to 1000% more hydration and moisture to the skin, what normal moisturizers just cannot do. So my skin is often very beautifully plump and hydrated. Even if I wasn't to wear moisturizer, it wouldn't be a big deal because this sorts all of it out. And then the B5, which is in here, helps with dry and damaged skin, and it strengthens your skin's barrier. So basically, this is, out of all of the products I'm going to show you, this is the best and the one that I recommend the most. A lot of people did not like this, mostly because they're not using it in the correct way. What you're supposed to do is you apply this to your face and then you have to wait for it to dry. Otherwise, it feels very tacky, very sticky, but that's because it's not dry yet. You have to wait for it to dry. Then you apply your following creams and it'll work perfectly fine. Next one I'm going to show you guys is one that I use every single evening and have done for about 1.5 years, I'd say. It's the Caffeine Solution 5% plus EGCG. So I use this before I go to sleep on my under eye area. I pat it on my under eyes, and what it does is it ensures that when I wake up in the morning, there is no puffiness. Caffeine at the end of the day is a diuretic, it's very dehydrating, and when there is water buildup in the area, which is normally what that puffiness is in the morning, because your body retains water in certain areas of your body, which can either be your feet, your fingers, or in your face. It's basically all the end points in your body. And then what this does is it basically kind of sucks out the moisture, getting rid of that puffiness, so when you wake up in the morning, that area is completely smooth. It delivers antioxidants and anti-inflammatory ingredients to that area as well, again removing and reducing that whole puffiness that you get under the eyes. And it's also created to help with dark circles. Now if your dark circles are hereditary, it won't help in that respect. Now if you're Asian, you've got deeper skin, you generally tend to get dark circles more, but I would definitely say it's more of a brown girl kind of thing that we get the dark circles. A lot of it is hereditary. If it's down to tiredness and that sort of thing, which is normal, then this will definitely help with it. However, do not expect it to get rid of dark circles if you've got hereditary darkness under your eyes. But I have literally got at least 5-6 people that I know using this, and every single one of them swear by it. The next one that I'd say I've probably been using for the past 6 months is the Niacinamide 10% and Zinc 1%. This I generally tend to use as part of my morning skincare routine, and I use this after my hyaluronic acid has dried. Then I pat this onto specific areas on my face. I don't tend to use it everywhere, because one thing you guys need to remember, and a lot of people don't seem to realize, is that when you use all these kind of products, you don't necessarily have to use it everywhere. You maybe just need to use it in specific areas that need to be targeted. For example, if you tend to only get congestion on your cheeks, why are you going to use a product which helps with congestion on your forehead? It doesn't make sense, right? So remember to just use it in the specific areas that you need them to target. So the great thing about this product, it is specifically created to help with congested skin, to help with blemishes, and to control over-the-top sebum production, which is what can lead to spots and acne and that sort of thing. So if you are the kind of person that is prone to breakouts and overproduction of oil, you would definitely love this, because it has made a very big difference to my skin. I tend to use it in these areas on my cheeks and a little bit on my nose, as that's where I tend to produce the most oil. Since I've started using this, it has helped reduce that by a lot. Used over a certain amount of time, it definitely helps with keeping your skin clearer and blemish free, and helps to get rid of that decongestion that you get with bacteria on your face. That's more to do with the niacinamide side of it. The zinc in it, however, has been put in here specifically to help towards healing damaged skin and improving collagen production in your face. Collagen is what the body naturally produces, and that is what helps plump out the face. When you see people that are in their late teens to early 20s and they've got that very youthful puffiness, not fat, it's youthfulness is what I like to call it, is because they've still got an acceptable amount of collagen in their skin, keeping it smooth and wrinkle free. When you start to hit your 30s, you will notice that your skin and your face slims down a lot. I noticed that mine definitely did. And yeah, I would definitely say I look better in my 30s than I do in my 20s. However, I'm very well aware that I need to help my skin in giving it extra collagen, because that is what helps fill out wrinkles, fill out fine lines, fill out scars and that sort of thing. So any product which has got that in it, you really need to look into it. The next product I'm going to show you is called the Buffet, or the Buffet. Some people call it the Buffet. I call it the Buffet and I call it Buffet. I don't know why. Obviously it's called a buffet because it's got a multitude of different types of products in it, which is why it's also one of the more expensive items from The Ordinary. It costs about £12, and it is a multi-technology, multi-peptide serum. And it has been created to target multiple different types of aging. It's also got a hyaluronic acid in here, which, well, I've already told you how amazing that is, so why wouldn't this be great too? And it also contains Matrixyl 3000, which sounds like a racing game or something like that. But what Matrixyl does is that it is a peptide which has been specifically created to stimulate the collagen in your face and repair your skin. And that is why I absolutely love this. I tend to use this more at nighttime. Alright, now we're going to move on to the more hardcore things, as I would call them, the different types of acids and things. Now, one thing I do have to say is that I do not use all of them together. I use them now and then, depending on what my skin is doing or how it's feeling. You should not mix acids. You need to look online to see what kind of things can and cannot be used together. The Ordinary normally have like a chart on their website which helps to show you what does work and what doesn't work in combination with each other. Because if you apply too many acids to your skin, what can happen is that one can cancel out the other one, and it can also cause breakouts. So certain things should not be used with other things, so just bear that in mind. So the first one I'm going to show you guys, it's actually nearly finished and I need to open up a new one. I've got restocks of all of these. This is the Ascorbic Acid 8% and Alpha Arbutin, which is a water-free stable solution. It was my best friend that actually got me onto using this because she mentioned to me that it's great for hyperpigmentation. She's black and I'm obviously Asian, so we're definitely prone to more hyperpigmentation and blemishes and that sort of thing. And oh my god, you guys, the hyperpigmentation on my face and the scarring has reduced so much, and I know that that is solely because of this product. This again also contains hyaluronic acid, but the alpha arbutin in here is the ingredient which helps with skin lightening in a safe kind of way. Not skin bleaching, skin lightening. What it does is specifically targets dark spots, dark tones on your skin, and it helps to lighten them back to what your original skin color should be. It also helps with textural irregularities, scarring and that sort of thing. I tend to use this at night time. One of my more newer products out of all the ones I'm going to show you is this one, which I started using about 2 to 3 months ago, which is the Azelaic Acid Suspension 10%. Now, azelaic acid is something which is not easy to come across at this price as well. This is only like a $5, which is amazing. Azelaic acid, if you look at other brands, they charge so much more. The reason I specifically got this is because I started suffering from rosacea, which I've never had before. Rosacea is like an adult acne apparently, but basically it causes inflamed red skin. I've got it on my chin and on my nose, and I still remember when it flared up when I was in Canada thinking I'd had an allergic reaction to something when it was actually rosacea, and I found out that azelaic acid actually helps towards it. It has helped a little bit, but not enough for me, so I've ended up at the doctor's the other day and I got some metronidazole to help me with the rosacea, and it's actually starting to work. So sometimes you try natural methods, they don't always work. However, this is still amazing to use. I've still got another 3 of these and I'm still continuing to use it at night. I tend to use it on my cheek area. I try to, and I use it around my nose and on my chin as well, because again, that's where I have the rosacea. I'm not using it at the moment on those areas because I'm using the metronidazole, so I'm just tending to use this on my cheek. So what this helps with again is uneven skin tone, textural irregularities, as well as dullness of the skin. My skin without any makeup on looks so bright these days, and I would definitely say that this is one of the reasons, because I've been using it pretty much daily for about 2 months. One thing you do need to remember if you are using this is that you have to use sunscreen. Because of the acid in here, it causes your skin to have sensitivity to sunlight. I use SPF 50. To be honest, if you use any kind of acid exfoliants or whatever, and even if you don't, use SPF. Don't use the ordinaries, it's crap. I've used it, it makes my skin grey. It's not great for brown or black skin, but use a different one. By the way, I've got a cold again. I had one in October. This is my niece's fault. She's 2, she wants hugs and kisses, so that's why I may sound a little bit blocked. So the next one I'm going to show you is something which is quite new. I think did it come out this year? Was it this year? Earlier on in the year, maybe the end of last year, I can't remember. Anyway, it's the Salicylic Acid 2% Masque. So they created a mask version of their very popular salicylic acid in the liquid form that you can just apply to your face. This is basically a charcoal infused face mask with salicylic acid in it. And this salicylic acid is specifically for people who've got blemish, oily, spot prone skin, and this is basically a more concentrated version. You have to be careful when you use this as well. Don't use it with other acids just because it's a mask. So when people hear the word mask, they think, oh, okay, you know, it's still got acid in it. You have to remember that. Targets the dead skin cells on your skin, removing them, leaving your skin bright and refreshed, and helps to target all those areas and pockets of oil on your skin where there is a buildup, leaving it smooth, clean and refreshed, meaning that you are less likely to have breakouts. Another acid that I've got, which is almost finished as well, is called the Ethylated Ascorbic Acid 15% solution. This is basically a direct form of vitamin C. Vitamin C, you must remember, cannot be mixed with other acids. For example, you cannot mix this with the niacinamide. Its purpose specifically is to target uneven skin tone and signs of aging. It's got 15% in here, so it's a very, very strong acid. So again, I try not to use this with other products. I will, for example, use this for a few weeks, then give my skin a rest before I move on to something else, and then I may come back onto this later on. But I tend to use this all on its own. It helps with the production of collagen as well. It brightens your complexion, and it leaves your skin looking very radiant and very healthy. Another acid of mine, which again is almost finished, is called the Mandelic Acid 10%. 5% plus HA. Now this is an acid exfoliant for the skin. It's again great for resurfacing the skin. It's for textural irregularities. It's there to target the signs of aging. And the way it exfoliates the skin is it removes the top layer of your skin, not in a creepy, unhealthy, oh my god, I'm going to look like raw skin kind of way. It's very, very subtle and it's something you will not notice. But what it does is it eventually, after a certain amount of time, it leaves your skin looking fresh. It makes it look smoother. It makes it look more youthful. It helps to minimize lines on your skin as well. And actually, it's apparently a lot more milder than other acid exfoliants. So if you're still quite new to that side of things, this may be the one that you want to try first. Next one I'm going to show you, which has got like hardly anything in it. Oh, don't worry, I've got a backup. It is the Glycolic Acid 7% Toning Solution. Now, I know a lot of people see this and be like, oh, it's a toner. It's a very different toner. It's an acid toner. So you have to be very careful. Do not use it in the same way that you would a normal toner, in that you've cleansed your skin, toner, and then something like the niacinamide. You cannot use them in combination with each other. This is a very, very strong toner. I actually tend to use this at night time, and if I use this after cleansing, I will not use any of the other acids that I've shown you on my face, because it will react with the other products and then cause me problems. One thing I love about this is that it is huge, 240 ml, and it is only £6.75, which is excellent. And what I love about this is that you twist the top, oh my gosh, something came out, and you just basically tip out a little bit so you don't waste it. I actually didn't realise this. I think it was one of you guys that told me you can twist it around, because I'd been opening it up like an idiot. But that's why you guys are there to help me as well as I tried to help you. So this is an exfoliating toner, and it's there to refine and brighten your skin and again help with textural irregularities. It's also supposed to help with irritated skin as well, but do be careful if you've got very sensitive skin, because again, this is quite a strong acidic toner. But with daily use of this product, and you can use it every day, once a day I would suggest, over time you will notice that your skin is starting to look smoother and smoother and smoother because of the fact that it is an exfoliating toner. Alright, the 11th product I'm going to show you guys now is the Retinol 0.5% in Squalane. So retinols and acids are very different, but you're again not supposed to mix them with each other just because it's got a different type of name. So remember that. So they've got different strengths of retinol within the ordinary range, and I've kind of picked one which is right in the middle. Again, this is for textural irregularities and helping with the signs of aging. It's suggested that you should only really use it as part of your nighttime skincare routine. That's also when I use it, because even though it's a water-based solution, it's got a slightly greasy feel to it, and that's not really what you want on your face during the daytime, because when you put your makeup up on top, you know, it may interfere with it and move and slide around, which is why it's best used at night. You have to build up your skin's tolerance to the retinol as well, so use it every other day rather than every day until your skin gets to a point where it can cope with it being used every day. So The Ordinary do warn you about that you may experience things like skin peeling and whatever, but that's just your skin's, what it's doing is kind of building up its resistance towards the product, and eventually you'll get there. But this is definitely great if you are in your late 30s, 40s and 50s, because this one I would definitely say out of all of them works the best towards anti-aging. Now, to finish off this video, I mean, some of you know this, some of you may not know this. I am 37 years old. I have got no fine lines. I've got no real signs of aging that I would personally say. I regularly get mistaken for being a lot younger than I actually am. I credit a lot of that to do with the fact that I do use SPF 50 or SPFs in general, but I'll be completely honest with you guys, I've only really been using SPF on my face every day for probably the past year. Before that, I didn't do that. But what I have done is, since I was a teenager, cleanse, tone, moisturize. I mean, they were the worst ones you can imagine. I mean, I was a teenager, my budget was not big, and there was not that much on the market in the 90s anyway when I was a teenager. So, but I've always cleansed, tone, moisturize, cleansed, tone, moisturize, and I would definitely take those three things as one of the reasons why my skin is the way it is today. Now, things like acne and spots like that, there's not much you can do about that. Either you're predisposed to have that kind of skin type or you're not. Unfortunately, I was. However, by using a lot of these products, I've been able to correct those things that shouldn't have happened to me but unfortunately did. However, like I've said, I want to be able to actually show you on my face. I mean, I get really tired sometimes of watching a lot of YouTubers talking about their skincare routine and their entire face is full of fillers. Of course, you've got perfectly plump, smooth skin. You've had stuff injected into it. Also, you're 21 years old. I need you guys to see somebody who is 3 years off of being 40 years old, and this is how my skin looks. And I credit a lot of that down to my skincare routine, drinking water. I don't ever get enough sleep, but sleep always helps. I sometimes don't drink enough water as well. However, the hyaluronic acid helps with that sort of thing. But I do have a very strict daytime and nighttime skincare routine. As long as you keep up those 3 basics of cleanse, tone, moisturize, you will be fine. A lot of people do not need to start using acids also until they're a bit older as well. I think a lot of people are just bombarded with stuff, especially people who are a lot younger, whose skin is still quite nice. You don't need to worry too much about using all of these things, which is why I've given you a variety of things to choose from. And then obviously you will know how your skin type is, how it reacts, and whether you think it's good for you. For those of you that will ask, the earrings are from Topshop, fabulous. The lipstick is Colourpop's Bad Habit, I think it's called. I don't even know if you can still buy it. Sometimes, you guys, I don't tell you what lipstick I'm wearing because I don't remember. This video will not go up tomorrow. And I don't always remember what lipstick I'm wearing because I own so many, sorry. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, comment, make sure you subscribe. Please share with other people that will see this video in the info bar below what your skincare routine is, because it's always great to share your experiences with others. It's not just all about me, it's about you guys as well. And I love the fact that you guys will talk to each other as well and help each other out. And on that note, I'm going to go and I'll see you all soon. Bye.